Hey, thanks for tuning in for an episode of Football Predictions and Food and Wine Pairings. Tonight is the second Thursday night of the season and basically the start of the second week of the NFL season. So that means today's game will be on Amazon Prime. So you better hit your friends up like I did to get access to a Prime account if you don't have one of your own. All right, tonight we're going to see two 1-1 teams. We're going to be seeing the Washington Commanders at Green Bay playing the Green Bay Packers. Both of these teams won last week, and it's really going to be a battle of like young, agile quarterbacks. They have a lot of the same stats coming out of last week. The Commanders beat the New York Giants, which isn't really saying a lot because the Giants are going to be trash all season. So beating them is just like been there, done that. But the Green Bay Packers beat the Lions to win their home opener. So it was Green Bay's home opener, and they beat the Lions. And I think everyone, myself included, was shocked at how terrible the Lions looked. I knew there was going to be a drop-off because they had lost their offensive coordinator and their quarterback coach, But I thought they would do better than this. I hope this was just some kind of a glitch in the matrix for them and they'll be able to move on. But for tonight's game, even though the Commanders have reigning Offensive Rookie of the Year, Jayden Daniels, as their quarterback, and they're coming off of a win last week, I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers. I just feel like they are going to be able to make a great play tonight. I think it's going to be a pretty good game. The Packers are actually -3, and that's pretty unusual considering that usually if the teams are about the same, which these two are at this point about the same, that 3 points usually goes to the home team, right? I mean, that's only one field goal, but that difference usually goes to the home team. But this time the betting line is 3 points for the Commanders. I just don't know. I am kind of waiting for Jayden Daniels to have what traditionally is called a sophomore slump, where the rookie year, amazing. Second year, not so great. So I'm curious to see. So that's why I'm going with the Green Bay Packers. So tonight, to go with the game, I first decided I wanted to have some food that would kind of honor one of the teams. And so I'm going to be having a half cheese and half sausage and salami pizza. Now, I chose to go with half cheese because the Green Bay Packers are in Wisconsin, which is a dairy state. They're really well known for their dairy, and their fans wear the cheese helmets on their head, and they're known as the cheesehead. So it seemed like a good choice. Also, I really was not familiar with any wine from Wisconsin. I know wine grows in all 50 states. You can get wine from every state in the union. I just didn't know where to get one for today. So to go with this delicious pizza, because it's going to be great, because I'm ordering it from a place here in town called Napoli's and they have great pizza, I decided to have a bottle of wine that honestly I didn't even know that I still had. So sometimes I buy wine when I am out, just like in the grocery store or Costco, and other times I'm going to wineries for wine tastings and I buy wine, and then sometimes I'm getting wine. So I'm pretty positive that this is a bottle that I purchased, but I don't remember when I purchased it. It was in my cellar, my wine basement downstairs. And I was like, let's go for it. Because this is the 2019. It's from Jacuzzi. And it is La Dolce Vigne. Okay? And this is a red wine blend from Sonoma County. So a couple of things. One, this winery is Jacuzzi Winery. And in case you're wondering, yes, the same people that invented the jacuzzi hot tub also are related to the people that make this wine. The other thing is this is a blend of quite a few grapes. So I actually have to read it to you because there were so many. It is 35% Sangiovese, 25% Barbera, 16% Movedra, 8% Primitivo, 8% Sagrantino. This was a new grape to me. I was not familiar with this. It is growing primarily in Umbria, Italy. That's where it is originally from, but it has a lot of growth in Contra Costa County and Lodi. And both of those locations are in California. This winery is in California. It also has 4% Syrah and 4% Merlot. The other thing that was interesting about this wine was that these grapes were all coming from different parts of the state of California. We have Mendocino County here, Contra Costa County here, Sonoma County, and that's pretty unusual because a lot of times blends are like, hey, we're one winery and we have these fields and they're right here. So they really kind of went around to get it. So let's get into more of the wine. So I'm gonna pour a little bit extra out. I've already had some already. And I wanna start by saying it has a really dark color here in the glass, but if you put it on its side, it is kind of a ruby color with a brown edge. Now, one of the things that was really shocking to me is that this wine is very floral. Excuse me. And it is very floral as well as very fragrant. I wanted to say both those things. And it makes sense because you have a lot of really fragrant wine grapes in this glass. So on the nose, I'm getting violet. Like straight away, I'm getting violet. I'm also getting a lot of earthy tones. So think dirt, kind of grass, pine needles. Also getting a little bit of citrus, but think of those times that you have a bowl of like lemons and limes and grapefruit sitting together and it all smells like really crisp. That's what I'm getting in here too. On the tongue, I want to start by saying it's very jammy. It's kind of bordering on being sweet. So if you are fairly new on your red wine journey, this is a great choice for you. It has low tannins, which is also very nice. Short finish. I mean, it comes in with that kind of sweetness right up front, and then that goes away and starts getting into the other flavors that you're getting that are, oh gosh, I already forgot. You're getting those other flavors like some salinity, which is coming from the grapes that we're getting from Mendocino County, which is right next to the water. We're also getting a little bit of chocolate and leather, which we're getting from the Primitivo. And it's just a really enjoyable wine. I was really surprised at how much I liked it. I didn't know how it was gonna be, and it's gonna be so great with the pizza I'm having tonight. Now, the one thing that might make it a little tricky for some people is this is a $32 bottle of wine, and maybe you don't drink $32 bottles of wine on Thursday night. But you should, because you're totally worth it. So let's recap everything. First of all, we'll start with the wine. Today's wine is Jacuzzi La Dolce Vigne 2019, $32 from Jacuzzi Vineyards. Super delicious. In the game of the Commanders versus the Green Bay Packers, I'm taking the Packers. I'll see you on Monday. Cheers.